being said, how does it feel to kind of surpass those guys and kind of be your own man out of nicknames that, again, come from legends in the program?
It feels great, just to be even considered with those guys in the same breath. They did legendary things there, but it feels amazing. It definitely feels amazing.
Going to go left side, Tyler, gentleman with his hand way in the air all the way towards the wall.
Hey, Tyler, Pete Yacodelli, Associated Press. What made you want to come back to Clemson?
Me, just knowing that I can maximize myself here. I got guys. Me and Root talked about it. We know that we got Coach Eason, just got there, and we feel like we had one of our best years just being over here for 1 year. Then we got our strength coaches, Coach Batson, Dennis Love. Coach Dennis Love, he prepared me. My body never felt the way it felt ever since I've been there. So I just knowing all those and knowing all that, I said, why not? Why not have this chance to go win a natty, knowing that I got the best linebacker duo, and got guys like JP, Sheridan, Nate Wiggins, RJ Mickens, AJ McCool was back there in the secondary. Why not just go and have one of the best defense and go win a natty?
First row, right to your left. First row, left.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Coming back, kind of going off of that, coming back for this season and having one more ride with this team, just what you can say about the team over self at Clemson and how that's emphasized by the coaching staff.
The team, I'll say one thing about our team, we're very accountable. Like, we're competitive and accountable, and we hold each other to that, and we try to compete every day against each other and try to just hold ourselves to our standard.
Tyler, we're going to go back to the young man to the right, fourth row.
Kenton Gibbs with Locked On ACC. One of the things that I saw utilized a lot was a lot more dropping 8 in the coverage last year, and you all still found ways to get home. I remember multiple times, at least 2 sacks against NC State with just rushing 3. What does your ability to generate pressure without additional guys adding in mean for this defense and this team overall?
It means a lot. We just dropping 3. That shows how much effort that we putting into our rush, and showing that, like, we trying to get after the quarterback no matter what. No matter if it's 3, 4, 5, we really hungry to get a sack, and so it's a race to the quarterback. So I say that just showing how much effort that we care for each other.
Tyler, from the podium, I want to follow up on your natty comments. It's a popular question we like to ask here. Do you have to win a championship in order to call it a successful season?
I would say, in my book, yes. We come here. That's one of our goals. We come here to graduate and win a championship, and to leave better prepared as a man. So I say yes. To have a successful season, you have to win a championship of some sort.
That's a good note to end on. So how about you hand the microphone off to Cade, and we'll spend about 5 minutes with Cade, and our first arms have gone into the air. So, Cade, we're going to start first row left side all the way at the wall.
Hey, Cade, David Hood with TigerNet.com. Coach Sweeney said that, when you got here, you didn't know what you didn't know. Now you know what you didn't know. What is an example of something that you've kind of learned along the way that'll make you a better quarterback this year?
Yeah, I would start with just reading defenses up front. I feel like we've had a great QB room since I've been here, and just kind of, Hunter Helms, DJ, Hunter Johnson last year, Paul Tyson, just guys that I get to look up to. They've kind of, helped me. Just a young guy in the program that I'm getting to learn, what a box really looks like, how to read blitzes, how to pick up protection, stuff like that. Like I didn't know that, and I feel like now I've really gotten to step into that role, and that really started kind of going to the last few games last year, really starting to pick that up. So that's been a big thing for me this offseason, and that's been big for me.
Cade, also on the front row, this time to your right, if you'll spin hard right.
Cade, Royal Howell, Carolina Blitz. Cade, how much pressure do you put on yourself to come out the gates, guns blazing, and during the highs and lows of the season?
Yeah, I would say just take it one day at a time. I know I say that a lot, but that's really what it comes down to. Is right now I'm focused on today. I'm present where I am, and then we got workouts tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna be locked in where I am. Right now, just heading into fall camp, we're focused on the first game, and that's it. We're focused on week 1 in Raleigh versus Duke, and we're getting ready for that. And what ends up happening, but we're ready to attack whatever comes at us.
Cade, third row. We're going to spin you back to the left now.
Cade, after the spring game, you had mentioned one of the big things you wanted to improve on was your pocket presence. What kind of drills have helped you with that, and do you feel like you've taken as big a stride in that area as you'd like to?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's been something that me and the other QBs I've been really putting an emphasis on this offseason, the last probably 3 months, especially. Just lots of cone work, lots of pocket presence, even getting with other offensive linemen and D linemen and literally getting fake reps almost of just them blitzing, having to throw off of different movements and stuff like that, but just kind of feeling it out. And it just at that point it becomes a muscle memory type of thing where you're not even thinking about it, and just I really feel like I'm getting back to that point again. So
stay there on your left, back to the first row.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. And Cade, when you look at the history of quarterbacks, guys that have been under center as signal callers for Clemson and everything that they've done, not only at Clemson, but evolving into the NFL, what does it mean to you to step into the role that you've evolved into now and to take on that opportunity that so many have brought forward successfully before?
Yeah, definitely a huge honor. I mean, obviously big shoes to fill. Just looking at the guys that have been here before me, and just definitely guys that I look up to a ton. And but we've got the same. I've got the same head coach that they got, and I'm really thankful for that. And I'm excited for Coach Riley. And I mean, I feel like the guys that I'm going to be surrounded by this season are I wouldn't replace them with anybody else. So just so excited for the playmakers that I'm getting to be around every single day, and really excited.
Back to your right, fourth row.
Kenton Gibbs with Locked On ACC. Coach Sweeney alluded to learning from disappointments along the way, and I want to ask about the Orange Bowl in particular last year in that game against Tennessee, which it was a bit of a tough game, but you were QB1 going into bowl preparation and all that good stuff. And what is it that you took away from that game, from that disappointment, that you can say, I'm a better quarterback in these ways because of that game going down the way it did?
Yeah, I mean, specifically talking about that game, we needed to finish drives. I think that's what it started with. But, I think honestly, I'm just so proud of those guys for that game. And I think I think that's going to push that game is going to push us to the places we want to be this year. It's putting a little bit of a bad feeling in our stomach all year. Obviously, we had a very successful year. If you look at the overall picture of it, ACC champions and 11-3 finish, like that's an amazing year. But to finish with a loss it's always gonna leave something a little dirty in your soul. So just going into this offseason, it's been great. I think it's been helping us, and just a little bit more of a grittiness to us than I've seen before. So it's gonna be fun.
Cade, your last question will be on the left side, fourth row there, close to the aisle, in the middle.
To piggyback what my man said about that, your last game, the Orange Bowl, you didn't do so good, but the ACC title game, you did do good. So you have like 2 full games what we saw. It's a small sample size. Now, Clemson fans don't just want the ACC title. They want to get back to that national title, top of the college football mountain. What do you say to the people who feel like you may not be the guy to get them there?
Yeah. The reason I came to Clemson was for 2 things. It's for the culture and to win a national championship. And I believe that we're going to be able to do that while I'm here. So.
Okay, thank you. You can hand it off to your O-lineman, Will Putnam. And we'll have about 5 minutes with Will before we close it down and the break for lunch. Who would like the first question for our offensive lineman? Will, we're going to go right side, about 5th row, right in the middle.
Hi, Will. Ashlyn Dotson from Spectacular Magazine. So transitioning from guard to center and earning all ACC honors in your first year at the position is pretty impressive. So how did you prepare for this new role, and what adjustments did you have to make to excel as a center in Clemson's offense?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit easier transition than most people would realize, because I had experience playing guard. I've been in this system for a couple of years, but I think for me really was understanding that, the team needed me. My team needed me to play center, and that would help our team and put ourselves in the best opportunity to win games. And I'm a team player through and through. So whatever it takes to win, I'll do it. And then Coach Sweeney, Coach Austin, like he came to the conclusion that that's what needed to be done. I'm all in with it. I think it'd be great. And then from a personal level, I think it's good for me to get some versatility as well, playing both guard and center. So I think it was a win-win for everybody. And I think it was great. Like if this year, for example, I need to play guard, I'd do it again too. So where I play doesn't really matter for me as much. It's more so just what I can do to help our team win. And I'm glad it worked out that way though.
Will, to your left, standing almost at the exit.
Hey, Will. Eric McLean here with ACC Network. There used to be a really proud tradition of bearded, beautiful men along the offensive line. Could you confirm or deny that's coming back?
I think it needs to come back. Not as much as it used to. Because I know Matt Bockhorst always had one very crispy, very clean. Hunter Rayburn had one. He let it go a little bit. But no, it's going to come back a little bit. I mean, maybe not for me. Mine might be kind of But Colin Sadler, he's a young one coming up. He can grow a pretty mean Viking beard. So I'll try to convince him.
Microphone's going to go back to Dan in the first row. You need to follow that one up, Dan.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Will, just what you can say about new offensive coordinator Garrett Riley and what he's done to invigorate this offense and what we can maybe expect as we step into the season.
Yeah, Coach Riley has been great. Everyone's on board, and I think one of the great things about Coach Riley coming to Clemson is just the excitement, right? Enthusiasm is very contagious, and it's been very positive. But I mean, our offense is very player friendly. I guess the goal of it is try to put our best playmakers in positions to make plays, putting guys in those positions, those opportunities to win the game for us. I think that's really good. I think it's given some guys a little bit of autonomy to make certain decisions that's best for our team, best for our offense. And then off the field, Coach Riley is just great person, great coach. Like the other week, he had the entire offense over to his house for food and fellowship and stuff like that. He didn't have to do that, but he did. So it's been a great transition so far.
Will, your last question comes from the podium, wondering what lessons you've taken and applied from your dad, Neil, a 30-year Army veteran who spent 24 years in the Green Beret.
I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from my father. Many things. I think one taking initiative from yourself is really big, and then I think too, which I think is important. It can go for a lot of things. Is greatness is opinionated. Other people decide who's great, who's not. But excellence is self-driven, and that's something as a man, as a person, that's something that you can decide. You can drive how you want to live your life, how you want to be remembered. And I would say that's one thing that's always stuck with me.
Will, thank you. Clemson, good luck this season.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Folks, that's lunch. See you back here at 12:45.